Good morning, everybody. Sadly, this is my last day here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of fishing, and then we're gonna pack up and take off to our next destination. All right, guys, let's get out of here.
Always on the high, you were always on my mind, dear Wichita. The days we were told would never grow old here in Wichita. We were down by the river all through the night, watching the stars and the city lights. Right from the start, said we never grow apart, dear Wichita. You wanted me to know, never ever let you go, dear.
What a nice place, eh? Beautiful.
All the moods in a heartbeat. We're going back where it all began. The same ground on the high feet. Starts to shake with your all we can.
5,000 subscribers. Guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. That is absolutely amazing. The reason that this channel is growing so fast is because of you guys, and I want to thank you so very, very much. Okay, so what are we gonna do for a video today? Well, a couple days ago I asked you the question, what videos do you want to see? And the clear response is that we want to see all three different types of videos: tutorials, cinematic, and simple vlog format like today's video is going to be. So along with reading all those comments, I read all of the comments, and among people saying that we'd like to see all three videos, there were a lot of questions, and I thought today would be neat just to kind of go through my day and answer these questions. There were a few really neat comments that got me thinking, and one was that some of us are unable to do this, the RV lifestyle, what you're doing, and so we live that through you, and that kind of struck a chord with me, and I started thinking, you know what, you're right. Some people are unable to do this, so it is my obligation to share this experience with you in the best quality I possibly can. And so I am going to take that comment, and I want to thank you very much, and that's always going to be in the back of my head. Another comment that's always going to be in the back of my head is that a lot of people wanted to just see simple day-to-day activities. And so when I think something's boring, that's not always the case. You know, just because I have an opinion on it doesn't mean that you guys don't want to see it. So if I don't think it's camera worthy, I'm always going to remember, you know, maybe they would like to see that. So I'm going to bring you along and kind of show you a little bit more day-to-day in certain videos. So those were the big main comments, and then there was a bunch. I got a list of questions right here that I'm going to go over throughout the day today. So welcome to this episode. Once again, thank you to all my subscribers. It means the world to me. And how about we go? I like to start the day off with a little bit of a drive. So let's go for a drive. I better shut that off before I get a copyright claim. So some people were asking, how do I plan my trip? And I don't. If you've watched any of my previous videos, I plan nothing. I just kind of show up and like the Grand Canyon video, I just showed up, and it was literally the last night you were able to camp on the north face of Grand Canyon before it turned into day use only. And so that's something, yeah, I probably should have planned, but I just like to show up and experience it firsthand. So when I drive around, I just kind of, you know, drive on the road and look at, look for for signs and turnouts and tour routes and viewpoints. Like, we're about to roll up to, I believe it's called Cathedral Grove, and I'm gonna go take a little walk. It's a bunch of massive trees. I think they're Douglas fir trees. They're over 800 years old, and they're just massive, massive. And it's a beautiful little area, beautiful little walk. So let's do that. Oh, and by the way, yes, I'm doing what I shouldn't be doing. You guys all want to see or told me, turn the camera around. We don't want to look at this while you're driving. We want to look at the road ahead of you, and that makes way more sense. And so I will try my best to point the camera in that direction so that you get to see what I'm seeing. I mean, look at this beautiful lake right by the highway. This is kind of a lake where I would just, you know, pull off to the side wherever I can and get some really good drone footage. Once again, another question that you've been asking about the drone. How does it work? What kind of drone do you have? We want more drone footage, and yes, so do I. When I can get drone footage, we're gonna get some right now, almost, when I find a turnout. But the problem is that drones don't fly in the rain. So when it's raining, I can't fly my drone. And because I'm on the West Coast, it rains all the time. So when I can fly it, I will. When I can't, I just simply can't. I was almost unable to fit through that road right there. But a good thing I could. All right, so we're gonna fly the drone here, and I'll explain kind of what drone I have and how easy it is to fly it and how to fly it and all that. But a question I had when I first started RVing is, what do you do with garbage? So, oh, no. Well, now my controller's broken. Okay, maybe we won't be flying the drone. I just put my garbages in like parked garbages. You know, you've got your recycle and your garbage. So why not, it's for you to use, why not use it? It just astounds me that nobody's here. Nobody's here. All right, you ready? I'm doing it again. I'm showing myself rather than my view. Okay, let me show you the view. 3, 2, 1. So this is my drone. This is a DJI Phantom 3 SE, and in Canadian dollars, right around 800 bucks. And it's well worth it. You've seen the images that I can get. The only problem with it is that it's big, it's bulky. So when I was hiking to that bomber, that plane, it was really tough to bring this. So they have fold-up ones that are a little bit more expensive. So it's kind of whatever you need it for, you know, buy the drone accordingly. In Canada, you don't have to register them. That is awful light, I'm sorry. In Canada, you don't have to register them. You do have to follow the rules. There's rules, and you can find it online, but there's rules in Canada and the US about flying drones. So I'm safe to fly it here, and it's very, very easy to fly. All right, so that's the little screen I look at. It's ready to go, and it's very easy to fly. So you push these down here, it starts spinning, and then this one is up. That controller on the left is up, down, and then if I turn it this way, the drone turns. So the other controller, this one right here, is side to side and up, or forward and backwards. just looking at the footage, and I see it on such a small screen, that is so neat. That's a little otter, right? I think it is. It's funny, in one of the scenes, I think he's trying to, like, you know, come at me, like fight me. What a cute little guy. Yeah, and that one right there, he's looking at me and then he jumps back in the water. That's cool. Enjoy that footage. That's really neat. Okay, let's go answer some more questions. But first, I'm actually gonna get my generator out and get some power into my RV. Turn it on, choke out, fuel on, vent open, and so when it's rainy like this and cloudy, my solar panels don't do much, so the only other way to charge my battery is running a generator or driving my truck. So I like to park about 2 hours every day, 3 hours every day, do some work on the computer, and run my generator to charge everything. While the generator's running, I run my dehumidifier in this area right here, where all the moisture buildup happens. And then I also plug in all of my electronics, because why waste, you know, I'm already plugged in, so I might as well charge all my electronics. All right, so let's answer some more questions. So I answered some questions about the drone and what I do for electricity. There's a few more here. A big question was cooking in my RV. So what I do for breakfast is I'll make just like something simple, like an eggs and bagel, or just straight eggs and oatmeal, something very basic. And then for my lunch and my dinner, it's super basic. I either choose beef, chicken, steak, or fish. For little carbs on the side, I'll do rice, potatoes, wraps, and then a little veggies on the side. Or, you know, wrap it all up with some lettuce and tomato. That's honestly all I do. And I just cook it right here on my stove. I've got one pan and one very, very dirty pot. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing fancy going on here. I will eat out. I do. If there's crappy food around, I tend to lean towards the crappy food, which is not good. We're actually I'm not gonna give this video away, but we're gonna talk a little bit about fitness and what I'm gonna do to eat a little bit healthier. But I'm not gonna say any more about that. That video's on the way. Another question was my fresh water. How long will my fresh water last me? So in this camper, I have 59 gallons of fresh water. I always say 56, but I believe it's 59. And I have a 6-gallon water heater. So what I'll do is I'll flip the heater on, whether it's electricity or propane. It takes about 5 minutes to heat up my water. And then I jump in the shower and I have about 5 to 6 minutes of hot water before it gets cold again. So my intake of water is, I could probably do, if I wanted to, 2 gallons a day, or 2-3 gallons every time I shower. What I'll do is I'll go in there, I'll rinse off, then turn the water off, soap, shampoo, then turn the water back on, rinse everything off, and then that's it. So I can really conserve my water. I could go 2, probably even 3 weeks with just 1 tank. So that's what I do for water. Another big topic is propane. I have 2 30-pound propane tanks, and before I was running my furnace all day long, 24 hours a day, and I would go through about 2 of them in a week. And now what I'm doing is I'm turning the furnace off during the day and then running it during the night. And now I could stretch it to about 2 weeks or more. And if I really wanted to, I could shut it off during the night. It's not that cold out, and bundle up to keep warm, and then I could make that last even longer. So showers 2 weeks, propane 2 weeks or more, depending on how frugal I am with it. A lot of people were wondering about the GPS coordinates to the places I'm going. Yes, I'm gonna figure out how to do that. I have to learn how to do that first. Don't know whether to give a description or just simply like pins. I don't know how to put that in the description box, but I'm gonna figure it out, and then I'm gonna go back and pin the spots that I've been. People were wondering about a US trip, traveling down to the US. To be honest, my funds are a little bit tight right now, so I'm probably gonna stick around Victoria, and the reason for that is that I can put my name in with work. So they can give me a call and say, hey Taylor, we have a job for you tomorrow. Are you around? Can you come work? And then I can kind of, you know, build the bank account up a little bit. When I'm going to do some travel in the US is next winter. So I'm going to work all throughout the summer, and then next winter comes along and that's where I'm going to dip down to the US. But I also want to do more travel in Canada. You know, I love my country. It's a beautiful country, and it feels like not many YouTubers are exploring Canada. And so I still want to do a lot of travel through Canada. So all of that is on the way. Somebody asked, are you going to stop vlogging during the summer when you're working? Absolutely not. I'm going to vlog every day or every second day or every third day. Try to, at least. Wi-Fi is the problem. We'll talk about that in a second. But it'll just be more, it'll be kind of added content of what I do for work. So I find it interesting. I hope that you guys will as well. And then when I'm not working, we'll go on trips, we'll do tutorials, vlogs, same kind of thing that's happening right now, just with some extra content of me as a tour bus driver. Okay, so that was another question. I got a couple questions about Vancouver Island. Tell us a little bit more about the island. So I'll tell you really quick, the reason that I was carrying bear spray in my other video is there's bears here. So we have deer, elk, wolves, black bears, and mountain lions. And so when you go for a walk, it's always a good idea to carry bear spray. Just as a tour bus driver in me, I want to tell you that this island is the 43rd largest island in the world. It's 300 miles long by 50 miles wide at its widest point. And the population of the entire island is 750,000 people, and the population of Victoria is 450,000 people. So 450,000 people on the southern point of the island, and then 750 on the entire island. So that kind of gives you an idea of how big this island is. And there's only two ways to get here, by plane or by boat. So you can fly over here, you could take a boat from Seattle, it's called the Clipper. You could take a boat from Port Angeles in Washington, it's called the Coho, or you could come up into Canada and take one of our BC ferries. And then the last thing that I want to say is, remember a while back for my 1,000 subscribers, which does not seem that long ago because how amazing you guys are, thank you. I told you that I would be renting a Class B or a Class C motorhome or van camper. And I'm still trying to. I haven't forgot about it. The problem is here on the island I've called about 5 places. They either don't rent during the winter, or all they rent is all they rent is travel trailers and fifth wheels. Heard about a website that rents Class C motorhomes, but I want a nice Class C motorhome. I don't want, you see those very, very small adventure ones? There's not much to them. I rather a nice motorhome to do a review on. So that is coming up in the future. I just have to figure out how I can get my hands on one of those motorhomes, but we will be doing that video. All right, my friends, that is it for the questions. I hope that I may have answered your question, or you may have learned something today. As of right now, I'm actually headed to the Arctic Fox dealer where I bought this camper from, just because I'm in the neighborhood and I have some questions. I actually, and this is a day-to-day life of an RVer, so I thought I'd bring you with me. I have a rip in my awning. My refrigerator does not work at any altitude. So as soon as I went to Whistler, it stopped working. I gotta get that figured out. And the window down there, that window is shattered. So I don't know if a rock hit it or if just the movement of the camper shattered it. So I want to see if that is still on warranty. And then of course, while I'm there, I really want to check out what they have for truck campers. They're an Arctic Fox dealer, so we can check out some other Arctic Foxes. And then at the end of the video, just quickly, I want to go over how I find Wi-Fi, how I find Wi-Fi, and I want to talk to you about commenting so that I can reply to you easier. So we'll talk about that at the end of the video, but let's go to that dealership. All right guys, so I'm dropping the truck camper off right now. They're gonna take a look at it, and now I'm going over to the dealership to check out some Arctic Foxes, so let's go. What's going on, buddy? All right guys, we just arrived at the dealership, and look at all of these Arctic Foxes. Let's go check a couple of them out. All right, so this is the 811. So this is a short box, but you still have plenty of room here. Just like mine, this dinette and the fridge slides out. You've got your bed, looks just like mine. A little bit of different arrangement here with your sink, cooking, little less storage space. I'm noticing a little less storage space. And then in here, just a different type of bathroom. Probably about the same, maybe even bigger bathroom, but it is a wet bath. I love doing this type of stuff, so in the future there will be like just a straight up video of us checking out different truck campers. So this is the 1150 going for about $54,000. Let's see how heavy this is. Yeah, 3,874 pounds, which mine I believe is right around 3,500. So this is a little heavier. But as soon as you walk in, you notice how much more space you have. You know, this area is pretty much the same, the bed is pretty much the same, but right here, much more space. You've got the fridge here, but you also have storage next to it, which is, you know, more storage is always good, especially if you have a lot of things. Dinette's the same. Got my fancy little spice rack, just like mine. And then this one looks like it's got a dry bath, so the toilet's separate from the shower, which is nice. If that's something that you want, just for a little bit more comfort. Oh, hi. This is my camera, by the way. It's a Canon 70D DLSR with a Rode mic on top. So, not too fancy, but probably about $1,000 for those of you who are interested in it. It's in the description below. I'll always put my camera equipment in the description below. All right, so now once my Arctic Fox is fixed, we're gonna go to a coffee shop, and I want to just talk to you about finding Wi-Fi and how. So we actually don't have to go far to have this little conversation about Wi-Fi, because they do have Wi-Fi at the dealership here. So I'm tucked in a nice little Class C right now. So I just want to talk about comments. I can't reply to everybody's comment. The reason for that is that I don't have Wi-Fi 24 hours a day. Like if I had a house and Wi-Fi 24 hours a day, I could sit there and edit and reply to comments all night long. But I have a slim like 1-2 hour window when I go to upload and reply to comments. So I want to thank you for all the comments and continue to comment, because I do read them all. But I want to show you just something with the comment section. So this is what I see. So these are all your guys' comments, which I love so much. So what I do is I scroll all the way down to my last replied comment, like where I reply to the last person, and then I start scrolling up and replying to everybody. Which means if you reply to my reply, I won't get it. And so if you want to reply to my reply, just leave a whole separate new comment, and then that way it'll pop up above the rest of the other comments. So if you want to get in touch with me that way, that's awesome. I just wanted to let you guys know that. It's not like I am ignoring you after you reply, I just don't see them anymore. All right, so I think that's it. I think that's all I want to talk to you about. I hope that you enjoyed the video. It was a long video, but there's a lot that I want to talk to you guys about. Hope I answered some questions. As always, my friend, keep living that dream. I am off to another beautiful spot that I know of, and that will be the next video. So, as always, once again, you know, have a I got the hiccups. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself, and bye-bye.